Alec Baldwin says he never pulled the trigger. But I don't think he ever released the trigger. Because I believe they were using a cowboy action gun. Which is stupid. Why would you ever use a cowboy action gun on a movie set? And I'll show you, basically, this is a double action revolver. You pull it, it fires. Look, I've already checked all this. This is how long, by the way. This is how long it takes to check a revolver so you don't kill someone. Oh, nothing in there. No squib. Okay, that's it. That's how long it takes to not kill someone, Alec. But look at this. A cowboy action gun, if the trigger is depressed, if you have your booger hook on the bang switch and you pull this back and let it go, the gun will fire. This is a GP100. This is a more modern gun. It actually has a plate inside of here. You see that plate? The round piece you see is a firing pin. The plate, you see the plate comes up and covers it. My gun needs service. It's got a little surface rust. Don't judge me. It's been sitting in a closet for a year. The notch here, this will actually rest up against the top. If this plate is not in place, this part of the hammer will not engage the firing pin. Now I'll show you something. I'm going to release the hammer and then take my finger off the trigger. Watch what happens to that plate. You see it diving? If there was a round in the chamber, I could pull this back, let it go, it will not fire. I was going to show this with blanks, but I could not find my blanks. You can do this all day long, it won't fire. You can hit the hammer, it will not fire unless that plate is up, and the only time that plate will stay up is if you hold the trigger like this. Only time. Now, why am I talking about that? This is a more modern gun, and they were using a cowboy action gun. Well, they make a couple of different guns, Ruger in particular, a Super Red Hawk, a Super Black Hawk, that are look very much like a cowboy gun, would fit in quite well in a Western movie that have these modern safeties in them. Just like this gun, exactly. There's no reason at all why they should be using cowboy action guns. Do you know why Alec Baldwin had his booger hook on the bang switch, in my opinion? He doesn't know anything about guns. He's an anti-gun person. People who are anti-gun are afraid of guns. People are afraid of things that they don't understand. Alec Baldwin knows nothing about guns. Period. That's why he's anti-gun. That's why anyone who's anti-gun is anti-gun, because they do not understand firearms. It takes this long. I'm doing this with one hand. This is how long it takes to check a firearm to make sure that you don't murder someone. When you're handling a firearm, you keep your finger off of the trigger. When you pull the hammer, you keep your finger off the trigger. I believe that Alec Baldwin, I believe it was an accident, but it's because he's stupid and he doesn't understand this. Okay, you do not hold the trigger. I guarantee you he just thought he was resting his finger on the trigger and pulled this thing back. But with a double action, it takes nothing. Once it's cocked, it takes nothing to crack that trigger. No pressure at all. So if he was resting his finger on that and pulled this sucker back and let it go, he shot that person. First off, why are people who don't know anything about firearms handling firearms on a movie set? Second off, why are they using cowboy action firearms? No one needs to fan shoot these things. No one even needs to shoot a gun anymore. You can add the firing effect in post. I can do it on Hit Film Express. Don't tell me that they couldn't do it on the scene of Rust.